Hello and welcome to the Press Start Game Network. I am your host, William the Alabaster Dragon Cortwin, and today here with me I have Ken the Specific Harry. Sup, Ken?
Hello, how's it going?
Today we will be going over certain topics and the big topics of the past couple of weeks since we have skipped a couple of the weeks for holidays, and we are going to go over everything up until now. And the number one biggest thing, just going to start off right away, number one biggest thing is Oculus Rift has now come out with its price tag. What do you think of this, Ken?
Um, well, I was hoping it would be a lot cheaper than that, or at least different models you could buy.
Yes,
Um,
the price is $599, meaning $599. That's a lot.
yeah, it is. It
So,
is.
yeah,
I mean, that's pretty much like a small computer right there.
so
And
you're hoping for different price ranges or like different models,
yeah,
you said?
yeah. Well, I mean, I was kind of hoping that maybe they would have like kept like some of what they did in Dev 2. So like they kept it in like 1080p. I mean, I haven't really looked too much after that. I mean, are they doing the 4K screen and stuff, or?
Not off the bat. The ones that are coming out right now are going to be the 1080p, which is what the
Okay.
599 price tag is. And sooner or later they will come out with 4K, but right now, I mean, it's already pretty hard to have a computer that can run an Oculus Rift, so they don't want it to
Yeah.
come out with 4K right away.
Yeah. I mean, I was watching reviews and they said what you what you really need is kind of like almost like almost $1,000 computer to even run it. So.
Yeah, so Elijah, he can run it, but I I cannot. And I'm gonna try to save up some money so I can upgrade my computer and maybe get it, but it's going to be a while before I get one myself. And hopefully they come down in price.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe they could release it in a certain way as like I guess different features, like kind of like a computer in and of itself. They could like do it different ones. Like if you don't want this feature, you don't want this feature, but you just want the awesomeness of the Oculus Rift in like its more basic sense. Do like maybe like a $300 one, like the Dev Kit 2 or something. So.
Yeah. So this is the Oculus Rift, which is for PC only, and the PlayStation 4 virtual reality headset has not had a price tag yet, and the virtual reality headset for Xbox One has not had a price tag yet. But this is what we're assuming. Hey, Ken, could you get in your camera a little? Wait, hold up.
No, I am.
Anywho,
I am.
um,
So I was just fixing it.
okay. Yeah, this is what we're going to be assuming the other VR headsets are going to be like, though.
But I'm hoping though for more of like the PlayStation One that they're more affordable because they're for the like that. Like they make them more of like a say. I mean, how much was the Xbox's Connect? How much was that when that originally came out? That was like $300, wasn't it?
It was $100.
It was 100.
Yeah, I believe it was
So I mean,
100, maybe 150.
that would be cool if they kind of kept it around like maybe $200 or something for like the ones that are meant for just Xbox or just um, PlayStation.
Yeah, but yeah, the specs for it are pretty intense, and I'm wondering how the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 are even going to handle it. I'm wondering if it's only going to be 720p for the headset, or because you have to have good frame rate on the virtual reality headsets. If you don't have good frame rate, you actually get motion sick really easily. So I'm wondering how they're gonna fix that.
I guess
Also, what?
it depends on yeah, it just all depends on what they want their price range to be and what they want in it.
Yeah. So did you hear that the video games awards were happening?
No, I didn't.
Yes, the video game awards just went over the holiday break, just went live, and this is the place where they give out the Game of the Year award.
Oh, I thought that already happened.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It just happened pretty recently. The
Oh,
Game of the
okay.
Year award.
Because didn't Witcher 3 win?
Yes. And did you ever play The Witcher 3?
No, I have not. I wanted to get it over the break, and it was on sale for the winter thing, but I just didn't have the money for it, so I couldn't.
Yeah, it's a I don't know. I can see why people like really liked it because of the graphic wise, it was very very good. Combat wise, it's very very hard, but it was also very good. The story, I don't know. Story wasn't very captivating to me. I did like the world that I was in when I was playing it, and I just I played it for
See,
about like a month and a half, and I didn't even get a quarter of the way through the game, so I can't judge it too much. But I guess I should just go back and try it again before I
see,
say too
I'm
much
really
about it.
enjoying Just Cause 3 right now, and Just Cause 3 is more of a game I think I would enjoy more than Witcher 3. Um,
Oh yeah,
and
why is
plus, I
that?
don't really have to deal with all those nude scenes.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they're nice, but it's kind of like, I mean, you kind of want to take off your pants then, and
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
mean,
Ha ha ha.
kind of a little bit distracting.
Yeah.
But, no,
Uh
it looks cool, and I guess if you really like it, I mean, why not? Why not play it? And I can understand why it would be Game of the Year.
yeah. So, like you were saying, Just Cause 3, what do you think about Just Cause 3?
See, I
Because
think
that
that
just
should have won Game
released.
of the Year.
But
In my
it
in my
literally just
respect,
came out. It came out the
I
week of the
know.
Game Awards, so that's not impossible.
I know, but it's just so much fun and so good.
So
Like
much
it
destruction.
it's hard to say anything bad about it. Like if you it depends on like how you want to play. I do wish though there was a little bit more guns. The guns seem a little bit limited. I don't know if they're going to be adding more in the future, like more destructive stuff in the DLC and stuff like that.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
but it's just kind of like here's a heavy machine gun, here's an assault rifle, and then you get three machine pistols, and then it's kind of like it's just very limiting on certain things.
Yeah, one thing I
Um,
noticed was the gunplay was kind of lacking. I was hoping they would
yes,
improve it from Just Cause 2 because I played a lot of Just Cause 2 because I really
yes, I
enjoyed
did too.
it. But I was always like, man, this gunplay is not very good, but whatever. It's an old game. So I was hoping they would improve on the gunplay, and apparently you can get a perk that lets you look down sights,
Yes,
but
I do have that, and it does help. Like I will say, it does kill the enemies faster, and it does improve accuracy a lot. But it's kind of like you have to remember to push it, and it's not like you remember every time, depending on like what
mm,
what controller you use, or if you like the keyboard and mouse more,
yeah,
or if you're playing on Xbox. So it kind of gets a little bit confusing at times. Um, but like I said, it all depends on your playstyle. If you want sniping or if you want just gun and go. But they offset the bad gunplay with the hook. Like the hook is amazing.
Yeah.
The grappling
Have
hook.
you gotten used to the wingsuit at all?
Oh, dude, I love the windsuit. It's literally amazing. I don't know how you can live without it in Just Cause 2. Like,
One of my favorite things is just doing the Superman move where you just grapple, then do the parachute, so you fling up, and then switch to the wingsuit, and then just keep grappling the ground and just fly across the ground
yeah.
and fly like Superman. Oh, it's so sweet, and
See,
it's one of the
see what
fastest
I
ways to get around too.
yeah, it's one of the yeah. But what I do is I go straight from the hook right into the wingsuit if it's at all possible. Like so I'll just go like hook and then I do like I got a mod I mean not a mod but like a perk that allows me to boost myself
Oh
when
yeah.
I grapple. And so you boost yourself, and it just goes like, boom, boom, and he opens up the wingsuit and just flies. Yeah, it's so much fun, it's very easy. Like I thought it was going to be like very hard to control, and it's not. It's very simple and very easy to control, and you kind of get the hang of it
Well,
very fast.
did you play Just Cause 2 that much?
Yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure I think I beat it.
That
Pretty sure I
game
beat it. I don't.
definition of beat it is kind of weird because that
Yeah, it's kind of.
campaign was only 3 missions. So
Yeah,
definition
I
of
mean,
beat
I
it
beat the
might,
campaign,
yeah.
but I've gotten like I've captured almost like half the world.
Mm.
So
Yeah. So I've been really enjoying that game. Other than its technical problems though, especially on console, it's been running very slow apparently. I have it for PC,
um,
but how has it been running for
I'm not
you?
really noticing anything.
Well,
I haven't really noticing anything, but like when I first got it, it was I had to mess with like the settings and stuff and tweak it a little bit because what was happening was it was like it wasn't working at all for me for at the beginning, and so what I had to do was I had to like turn all the settings a little bit lower. I think it's still on high. It's still on high settings, but I turned the water down. I turned some of the VSync and stuff that I turned all that crap off.
yeah,
Um,
I had to
and
do that
so
too.
it made the game run way better. But what I did was I accidentally messed up the water, and so when I loaded it in the game, there was no water. I could see like everything, but yet when I still crash into the water, it shows that I hit water, but yet there was no water.
Hmm.
So I had to fix that, and I had some other issues, but it's all working well, and I don't notice any lag or anything like that unless there's like just explosion after explosion, like if it's massive. But overall, I haven't noticed any lag or anything that ruins the game. So
Hmm. Yeah, I've had to turn my graphics pretty far down to make it get 60 frames, but other than that, it's been running pretty well. Let's move on to our next topic here, and it's Fallout 4 mods. So, have you gotten any mods for Fallout yet?
no, I not until they either do a Steam like a Steam workshop thing for mods um or like if they come up with like dev kit stuff like in the game you can pick mods in the game like until
Yeah.
they come up with that stuff I'm not going to even try because I don't want to mess up my game. I don't want to mess with any of that.
Yeah.
So because I've done it before and I've messed up games trying to download mods and stuff like that. And Fallout 4 is it's such a good game, and I want to keep my save because I've gotten so far into it that
Yeah,
I
you
don't
don't
want to
want to
ruin
ruin
it
anything.
by messing with mods.
Yeah, I haven't really touched mods either. I've done a couple glitches so I can get more space at like the settlements and stuff, but that's about it. Just real quick, some of the big mods
How
right
do you
now. Wait, what? What were you saying?
how do you do glitches? Like what do you do for that?
Okay, you know how there's the space on the settlement, and if you max it out, you can't set any objects or anything on the ground anymore, right?
For
For settlements, when you
for
build
like when
stuff, In Fallout 4, when you go to a
So like,
settlement, when you like build a shelter
yes.
or a crafting table or
Oh, yeah,
or
yeah. You can only go out so far.
crops,
Yeah.
yeah, there's the size bar. If you max that out, you can't uh, build anything. Well, what you do, I found out from a friend, where what you do is before you go into the crafting mode, where you can like build the floorings and the walls and all that, you actually drop a ton of weapons, grenades, objects around you from your inventory first, then go into the build mode and then store those items, and your size bar will go down, but it won't go up because you dropped it before you went into the build mode. So you can just
Oh, interesting.
keep storing all those items, and the bar just keep going down and down and down until
So,
you can just you can just
so
keep doing
it's
that and keep
storing that
building
you
as
can't
much as you
have
want.
enough.
What?
Okay. See, I've never really noticed that. I guess I've never put enough stuff down to really worry about that.
Yeah.
'Cause I didn't even know that was something to worry about. Um,
Yeah,
hmm.
well,
I'll
I
have to look at
I
that. 'Cause
do
yeah.
a lot of settlements and like I'm building a ton of stuff, and what my issue came up with is the castle. You know, the castle with the Minutemen.
Yeah.
Um, I went up there and I was like, "Oh, this is a sweet area. I'm gonna like fix the walls, maybe build some like trading outpost, or maybe build like a garage to put my power suit armor here." And ran. Then I soon found out I ran out of space very, very fast. And I was like, "Oh man." And then my friend was like, "Oh yeah, you just do the
Hmm.
glitch, and then you can uh, get unlimited space." So that's what I did, and I've built a lot more than I should be able to.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so
You little cheater.
yeah, I'm a little cheater. But it's really nice so I can actually build
No,
what I want.
I've seen a couple mods. Like I've watched videos of people doing mods and stuff like that, and some of them look fun, like the bigger butts and bigger boobs ones. Um,
Ah, are you watching Mods Weekly?
some of those are pretty cool.
Yeah, Mods Weekly is pretty funny. That guy's pretty funny.
um, and I've seen ones like massive beasts. Like I'm talking about like seven story tall um, monsters that they put into the game and like watch them fight each other. Like it's insane.
Yeah. So, let's go back to Oculus Rift real quick. And have you heard about the games that are going to be coming with the Oculus Rift at all?
No, I didn't even know they were going to like in the machine. Like you, like how did like what do you
It's
mean by
they give
coming with
you
them? Like
I believe when you purchase the headset and like it's in the box, they give you download codes with the box, and you put those into Steam or whatever program you use, like Origins,
that
and
that are compatible.
that are compatible, and you put those codes in, and those games, one is called Lucky's Tale, and then the other one is called Eve Valkyrie, which they both look really, really cool. One is first person view, which is the Eve Valkyrie, and then the other one is third person view, which is looks a lot like maybe a like a Crash Bandicoot or a Banjo Kazooie, which I was like, oh, that looks really cool. But the thing was, I was like, a third person view, that's kind of weird. I would think both of them would be first person, but they probably just want to show people that it can be either and work well. So the did you ever play Eve Online or anything like that?
No, I've heard about it and I've seen some gameplay of it. I mean it's pretty much just a massive space open world, isn't it?
Yes, it's an MMO. It's third person, where you control your spaceship and you can like start up your own business and collect resources and everything. Well,
Yeah.
this Eve is in the same like universe, but it's first person, and you
Hmm.
it's the first person game that comes with the VR headset, and it's remember Elite Dangerous,
Yeah.
the space game. It looks a lot like that, but there's a lot more space combat, and the graphics do look pretty dang good. I'm watching a video of it right here, and the fighting and everything look really, really good. The graphics look amazing, but I don't know. You're in the shot, Tommy. But I don't know if there's any like planet side exploration like shoot No Man's Sky will have and all that. So I don't know if it's gonna have any of that. But the flying around shooting part looks really, really cool. You should look up on that soon.
And this is what is this one called?
It's called Eve Valkyrie, Valkyrie. It's
Okay.
it looks yeah, it looks pretty cool, and it's a good game that comes with the VR headsets. So
Yeah, I mean, it seems interesting.
let's move on. And do you remember Scalebound? That game we talked a little bit
That's
about
the one.
before.
No, is that Scalebound's the one where you kill whatever and you can like, or you have a pet or something, you can like use its ability or something on you, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Yeah.
That basically it was that it looked a lot like Monster Hunter. It looked quite a bit like Monster
Yeah.
Hunter in a way, and it had a four-player co-op. But they showed us a demo at E3 or this past E3, and it was supposed to come out in 2016, but the presentation was a little rough, I felt like, and the game was only getting about 20 frames per second. At least that's what it looked like to
Oh,
me.
nasty.
Yeah, so it wasn't running that well, and I was like, this isn't in the greatest condition. And they actually pushed that back to 2017, so we are not getting it this year. So that kind of stinks
Hmm.
because that's one of the games I'm looking forward to. But I mean, if a game's not ready, a game's not ready. I don't like games being pushed out early. Unity,
Now,
but
now is this like early 2017 or is it? Does it say the actual date, or do they still don't know the actual date?
they still do not know the actual date. They just said sometime 2017. So yeah, they're being very broad with the date, but kind of stinks. But I mean, again, I don't want games to be rushed.
Yeah.
Now, final topic, and right now I'm going to say there are going to be spoilers in this conversation because this is the Star Wars movie we're going to be talking about here in a couple minutes. So if you don't want to hear any spoilers, I would highly recommend to leave right now because we are going to be talking about a lot because Ken and I just saw it not too long ago. So, first off, Ken, what'd you think?
It was a good movie overall. Storyline, I think they could have done better. Um, it felt too much like they were just copying the fourth Star Wars, uh, and so
Yeah,
like I don't know, it literally felt like just a repeat of the fourth Star Wars. Like they couldn't figure out what to do. Well, I've been reading up on this because like I was interested in why they did it, but apparently they had George Lucas came in and he was like, "Yeah, I'll help with the storyline and everything. I kind of already have it rough out, and here you go. Here's the script of the seventh one. You can follow out, and I want it to follow the children and the grandchildren of Luke Skywalker and Princess Leia and Han Solo and stuff like that." And then this one came out, and they were kind of like, you know what? Forget it. Within a month in production, they were like, nope, we're getting a new writer in. They got a new writer, they got a whole new everything, and they just literally said, George Lucas, go and suck it. And then George Lucas was like, okay, well, I'm out. If you need to talk to me, come talk to me. He was still nice about it. Like, he still said, yeah, I'll still help. So he gave, like, ideas and, like,
Hmm.
backgrounds of, like, the like, lore and stuff. But he was pretty much, he had no say in whatsoever.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting to see where the eight will go, like where number eight's gonna go.
Yeah. It's actually Star Wars Rogue, I believe is what it's called. And did you hear
Was
they
that the next
already?
one?
Yeah, that's the next one. And apparently they already have a trailer. Well, more of a teaser. Basically, it's only 1 minute long. But I was really
Interesting.
surprised about that. But
That's weird because like I was looking at the date and they said it's not coming out until 2017. So
yeah. Wait,
so I don't know
are you
what
sure?
that
I thought it was
is.
supposed to come out one movie every year.
I don't know. What I looked on like IMDb and stuff like that, and it said release date 2017. So I don't know like how accurate that is, or if they might come out and say, look, the release date is right here. So I don't know.
Hmm.
Um,
Interesting. Well, one
yeah,
thing.
May 26, 2017.
Oh, really? Wow. So they are taking more time with it than I
Yeah.
thought. Um. So did you like Han Solo, Ken?
Yeah, yeah, he was good. Um, I wish they didn't do it that way, but I kind of understood
I
why. Um,
yeah, I'm pretty pissed that they killed him off. He's my favorite
well,
character in the Star Wars universe. I'm like, no, like you, I could see it coming, but I was
yeah, I mean,
still
because
mad.
like I was looking at like the backstory of why, and so far, like I said, it really it's so close to number four that it's scary. And so remember in
Yeah,
Darth Vader killed Obi-Wan Kenobi and everybody looked? It's kind of
yeah,
like that. Imagine Obi-Wan was fighting Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker comes in and he sees his master get killed. It's sort of like that. So all of them are in there and they see Han Solo get they die. And Ray really looked up to Han Solo. So I can understand why they did it because it mirrors four so much. But I kind of wish they didn't because to me it would have been cooler to to see him later on, and they're still going to have him in Episode 8 with flashbacks, but it won't be the same. Um,
yeah.
it won't it won't look the same.
I just
But I understand.
okay. I didn't, I didn't buy that she like looked up to him. I know the movie's what like 2 hours and like 45 minutes total, but I don't know. I feel like she like barely even met him, and then she's like, "I look up to you." I'm like, eh, I don't know. I felt like in the fourth
But I
one,
mean, if you
you had like they had a little more connection because I felt like they built it up better. This one was just like crap was going on left and right, and then she was like, I like you. I'll go with you and do like the hunting thing, but I kind of want to stay at this planet because I'm waiting for someone." And then he's like, "Oh, okay." And then he dies, and then she's like, "No!" I'm like, there's not really a connection there. I felt like she didn't really know him that well.
yeah, but you also got to remember where she came from. She grew up without a father, without a mother. So he coming in and kind of training, like kind of being there with her and doing the pilot stuff and the little interaction they did have, she kind of felt more like a father figure than anything she's ever known. You see what I'm saying? Like he looked at her and he took care of her and still rescued her and stuff like that. So I kind of see where you're coming from, but like it still makes sense that she would put a father figure onto Han Solo.
Yeah.
Like, so I
Okay.
mean, yeah, and I also hated how she got her force so fast. Like it was literally like
Yeah.
an instant. Like I'm like, holy crap,
There
dude! You literally were a
there is a theory out there though that she is actually Luke's daughter and Han Solo knew it, but the thing is she's Luke's daughter and Luke was training her. But then when Kylo Ren went rogue and started killing off everyone, they're cousins, so he spared her. But then Luke couldn't deal with like the pressure and like all that stress, so he just wiped her memory and just went alone by himself and dropped her off at that planet. So that was actually Luke, is what
yeah,
people are
yeah. I
speculating.
can understand that.
What's up, Radman?
I've
This is Star Wars
hey, how's it going?
spoilers, so caution. So what were you saying, Ken?
Um, yeah, I kind of understand that theory. I've read literally hundreds of theories, like who Snoke is, who, what Kylo Ren and stuff like. So, like, I've read tons of different theories about this, and there's actually a theory out there which I kind of want to believe, but it kind of doesn't make sense. Is she's Obi-Wan's granddaughter, and it kind of made sense, but it kind of doesn't because like why would her parents leave? And so like it makes more sense for her to be Luke Skywalker's um, uh, daughter, but
Yeah,
then it answers the question like who's the wife, who's this, who's that, and it's kind of like okay, there's no backstory. What like are they going to talk about it in the next one? Like what are they going to do? Um, like I don't know. It just it kind of leaves it open. Like I want to believe that she's Luke Skywalker's daughter, but I don't know what to believe because so far they've changed it so much that it's kind of like is she just some random chick that's strong in the
but
Force, or did Darth Plagueis create her too, or like like what? Like why is she so strong in the Force? Um,
there is actually I watched the Angry Joe show, and he did 10 facts on Star Wars, and I remember it in the movie too. If you look this up on YouTube, go on YouTube and look up the Skywalker theme. It always plays it when
yes,
Anakin comes into the shot and when Luke goes into the shot and when they have epic moments, and they play the same exact theme for Rey, which I'm like, hmm.
yes. That
Is that is that a
that's
hint?
one of the
Hint, hint,
biggest
hint?
that's one of the biggest reasons why people believe that. But I don't know. I mean, it could just be that like you said, it mirrors number 4 so much that is she just the next Luke Skywalker? Like does she have to be a Skywalker though for her to get that song? Like or is it just because she's the next Jedi like Skywalker that she gets
Yeah.
that song? You see what I'm saying? Like you never really know. Like it could be something totally different than what you think it is because J.J. Abrams he doesn't come out and say it, and he's done that on the Star Trek movies. Like people ask like, "Hey, is this Khan or whatever?" Because it reminds me a lot of Khan for the Star Trek movies, and he's like, "No, it's not." But yeah, it turns out to be Khan. Like and
Yeah.
he does it all the time, and that's why people are coming up with all these speculations, and he's denying them. Well, does that mean they're true then? Because he's done it on other movies, and he just wants the mystery. Um, so I mean, I've read a theory that Jar Jar Binks is actually
The
the
Sith
great
Lord.
mastermind behind Star. Yeah,
Yeah.
like he's the Sith Lord,
I
and
I don't
it actually makes sense.
it
Like
it makes
I really
sense.
now
It
think that
does.
Jar Jar Binks is the Sith Lord, and he's the one manipulating everybody. I think he's Darth Plagueis. Like that's
I
what I believe. Um,
honestly I'm thinking George Lucas might have planned for him to be like the guy behind the scenes making like all the decisions and being a Darth Plagueis. But the thing is, people hated him so much that I highly doubt they're going to bring Jar Jar back in any way,
Yeah, I
shape, or
know.
form. But that is a really
It
interesting
was a cool theory.
theory. It's
It was cool
pretty
to read, and
funny.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I do think, though, I don't know um, what they're gonna do, but I do believe that Snoke is Darth Plagueis, um, because
yeah,
like I've read theories and it's so close. Like if you actually look at the books and stuff like that, the guy who they drew in Darth Plagueis literally looks exactly like Snoke. Um, and so, but there's been a lot of things like J.J. Abrams came out and said, no, it's not. Literally straight up, he's like, no. He like really fast, and like all the other people were like, we don't know how to answer it, and he's like, he comes out on the committee and was like, no, it's not, like really fast. So I kind of think that he was just trying
cover
to
it
get
up.
away from that question. Yeah, to try to cover it up.
Yeah,
And then there's also this like massive like it was such a good theory. Like if you want a good time, go and look at Star Wars theories. They're so interesting and so varying that
yeah.
you'll learn something new every single day. Like
There's so much lore that I can go any direction.
yeah,
But now you don't
and
know which lore is what they're using
canon.
and yeah, what they're not using anymore because a lot of it is just take completely taken out of it. They even said a lot of
Well,
the lore is taken out of it.
yes. Well, apparently, like I said, they totally scrapped George Lucas's script for this, and they were going to go there in a completely different way. And I was looking at what's canon in the Star Wars universe, and there was like George Lucas himself came out and was like, "Okay, guys, this is what I believe. You guys can think what you want, but what's canon for me is the first six films. Those are what's canon for me." He's like, because I've now there is the multiverse, so like there's everything included. So like and that's under a different canopy. But what's canon for George Lucas is 1 through 6, and then there's
Yeah.
the animated series, which does follow really close, but it's its own thing. Because imagine you have George Lucas, he's going on a trail, okay, and you have another guy who's going on the trail, but he's not George Lucas, so he kind of splits off a little bit. He's still going with George Lucas, but he's slowly doing his own thing. So like he'll introduce a new character that George Lucas really had no he didn't even really know about. You see what I'm saying? So like it makes it's still canon in the sense that it's the same universe, but each person who does their own thing kind of alterates the canonicity of Star Wars. So technically, anything other than the first six films really isn't canon, but it's still in the same universe.
Yeah.
Um, and that's kind of what they did with this one. They had like Star Trek, they kept it very similar, but they're slowly drifting apart from the
The lore.
original one. So they can do what they want, but still be similar enough that fans are going to enjoy it and like it because of it's Star Wars. It's Star Wars. It's Star Trek. They're going to like it, but it's different enough that they can do what they want.
Yeah. Well, we can go all night talking about Star Wars theories and whatnot, but let's get to a close here, and that is the end of episode 7, Game in the Podcast. So now we are going to transition into playing Hero Siege, game I've never played before until, like, what, 45 minutes ago? Ken's played it,
Yeah.
and we're going to try it out tonight, see how it goes. It looks like a pretty fun game, so we're going to transition right into that. So thanks for watching the podcast, everyone, but we're going to transition to Hero Siege now. We'll be right back in about 5 minutes. Bye.
Bye.